This is Practical Prince. We're doing Talk and Tarot, and I'm just gonna finish getting set up here. Knew I forgot something. Oh, let me mute. I'll be right back. Just need the headphones. Yeah, just when I connect the phone, it wants to listen to the conversation. We don't like that. Hey, Lavina. I'm doing well. How are you? There we go. Go on and get in. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. Productive day so far. Oh, excellent. So how's it been going? Yeah, well, been thinking about changing the time. Still, I'm not quite sure what I would switch it to. Need to talk to my wife, but yeah, that might change if and when you're able to hop on. So yeah, I worry a little bit about stuff like that, but if it's the right thing to do, then it's the right thing to do. Do that a little higher. And I should go ahead and shuffle stuff. We did Lost Forces. We'll see how the music is at the volume they suggest. And let's be honest, I should really figure out actual customer products. Oh, excellent. Okay. Oh, perfect. That balance is always a little concerning, but yeah. Excellent. Let me go ahead and set this one aside. We'll almost certainly be using Destiny. Yeah. Let's switch mats. There we go. Correct. Okay. So there's the are they a good prospect, which yeah, that probably accounts for whether or not they need to do some work. Or if there's some polishing needed, what are his current feelings? And then outcome. Well, I mean, if I change time, then hopefully at least one of the streams would be earlier. It's hard because yes, Priyas. Go ahead and ask your question. I'm answering Lavina's right now. but you'll be next in line. And if for some reason you need a hop off or poor connection, it'll still be on the video later, so you'll be able to catch it YouTube. Excellent. Just in case. So yeah, go ahead and drop that in. Okay. Since Prios is new, I'll try to monologue a bit, but I just need some time to sense which cards are involved and then where they belong. So, hopefully it's not an awkward silence, but it is sometimes silence. Yeah. Okay. So you've got at least 3 questions, Lavina, and I only got 2 cards. There's the, is he a good prospect? What are his feelings and what would be the outcome? I feel like we got prospect and, in a sense, outcome. It's a pair of cards, and I think that's going to give us the quality of the person. I don't think we've got feelings here, though. So, and this is a pair, so they're related. But we don't. It's not tempered, so we don't have the primary-secondary thing going on, and they have their place. So we've got 7 of Pentacles, Anticipation and Potential, and then we've got 6 of Cups, Reconcile and Harmony. So as far as a prospect, yeah, I think they have, yeah, I'm getting the sense that there's the potential. Let me read up on the 6 of Cups. Just looking at it, I would think that this represents feelings more than anything. I don't think that's the card we were expecting. So let me go ahead and read up, just in case there's a detail there to help clarify. But yeah, promising prospect. And we can go ahead and read the 7 of Pentacles too. But let me go ahead and set this aside. In fact, let's just do it in that order, 7 and then the 6. Since we've got a digital guide, we can share this. 7 of Pentacles symbolizes the rewards and satisfaction that comes through hard work. When you plant the seeds of a creation with potential, care, and nourishment, your rewards come through. Be patient and keep your focus. The 6 coins that form a circle represent what must be for the future, while the single coin in the center represents the disposable income, which is just speaking to the financial nature of Pentacles. This is a small reward for now, but there is more to come, provided you keep working diligently. As long as you keep your dedication, the success will come. Sometimes the ultimate reward is the journey itself. So again, speaking to the potential, that's definitely there. I don't know that we've necessarily got an outcome. I mean, this would indicate a happy marriage, but let me get the Six of Cups, because I think that'll finish painting the picture. A card of nostalgia and happy memories. It is often associated with fond childhood days. This card shows up when what you want. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, they typo there. This card shows up when what you feel is lost will be rescued. This is a time for good things coming from the past, reconnecting with past friends and loved ones, reunions, and even going back to a place where happy memories were created. This card is about compassion and kindness. Your situation is improving, and happy times are coming your way. The magic lies in the present moment. Yeah. Yeah, I could see how this could be spun towards feelings, but no, I think together they're painting a positive outcome. I don't think we got his feelings in this reading, but Seven of Pentacles, he has potential. It'll take time and effort. Well, thanks. But then, yeah, is Six of Cups. I think you're gonna have happy times. There's that reconnecting, the reconcile, as we saw on the card. But I don't necessarily feel like there was a disconnect or anything. It's more just a coming together and coming into harmony, like the other note says. So yeah, we didn't get feelings, so let me know if you're concerned about that. But as far as good prospect and a happy married life, I think those are definite yeses. So, and then Priya's been talking. So there's career and love life. Any guidance from angels? It's in my energy. Currently no contact with him. Funny music, thank you. Yeah, it's fine. Doing music at this level is kind of new for me. But yeah. So let's go ahead and highlight this one, because I think really that's covering all the different things you're interested in. And we might need to do okay. Priyas, let me follow up on Lavina's. Just want to completely answer the question. So there's the financial aspect. Let's set this aside for now. And then the feelings as well. Thank you. We would still use Destiny for this. Right. Well, and I mean, we saw the potential and things working out. It doesn't necessarily speak directly to finances, so I mean, that's fair. Okay. We're going to focus on the feelings first, and then I'll probably need to do a separate read for the finances, which is probably going to involve more cards, but yeah, they seem to be separate reads. So okay. So um um Not necessarily. I mean, yeah, if you're doing like traditional due diligence, yeah, you would ratchet it up slowly as far as getting to know someone or reconnecting with someone. Not super slowly, but I mean, my whole art of tarot is being able to connect with that spiritual thing and being able to, yeah, and interpret that and act on it. So if he's in a position where he got that sort of inspiration, like, that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't skip to marriage super fast or anything. Um, but as far as accelerating the get to know you process, that doesn't seem too absurd or anything like that. Sorry, let me go ahead and show the cards. So I ended up focusing on his thoughts and feelings. So we might get a little clutter. Okay, which is so this is a personal thing. Like people meeting my parents, that never bothered me early on. Oops, sorry about that. But I understand for some people that's like a significant significant thing. But yeah. So thoughts. This is something that more often than not occupies his mind. This is secondary thoughts wrapped around and then outer thoughts. I sort of got it doesn't fully account for it, but sort of like a 40, 30, 20. So it's not a huge focus here. But yeah, there's a little more emphasis on this, a little less on the outer ones. This is a moderately tempered pair. So the primary tempered somewhat by the secondary one behind it. These all should be relating to you, though. We've got gaps that are him on other things. So, but let's go ahead and flip. So we've got 5 of Cups. We've got 8 of Swords. King of Pentacles. And on the outer part, we've got 5 of Pentacles. The Devil, tempered moderately by 9 of Pentacles. Interesting. Yeah, this is... Oh, set that aside. Hopefully we can... I don't want to cover it, but I don't want to lose my arm. So this is interesting. Like in the center, we've got sorrow, loss. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. This isn't like a loved one loss per se. Could be, but this is a more mild grief at this point. As far as like spicy goes, might be in the medium territory, but this is something they need to come to terms with and then move on from. How that relates to you, I don't know if that's just something cluttering the relationship with you, and he needs to let that go before he can really focus. But he's got some baggage basically, and he's got to let that go. 8 of Swords, that's dealing with mental entrapment. He's in his head in some way or other. So, and you can work through that. And one of the best ways to work through that is to find support. So maybe you can help him out of that, but don't necessarily throw yourself. Oh, sorry about the finger. Oh well. Don't necessarily throw yourself all in on that, because, I mean, it is his head, and he's the one who needs to clear that up. So, 5 of Cups, some baggage. And then whatever that mental restriction is. King of Pentacles, like, I mean, this is a father archetype. You've got the notes father and logical, but I mean, it was a king. So, I mean, this person is planning, and well, I mean, they're orderly. I don't know how else to put that except like a father figure. Yeah. I don't want to say benevolent dictator because that's too forceful, but a lot of other stuff is too weak. So, um, but yeah, they're making plans, and there's a family aspect to that. So, and that's occupying a fair part of his thoughts. And then getting to the outer part, we've got Five of Pentacles, hardship and isolation. This is usually like hitting rock bottom financially. So he's feeling that he's not as stable. And so that's for good reason occupying some of his time. And given that this is relating to you, he's probably concerned about providing. So he'll need to reconcile with that, really just own up to that and move on. Commit to making improvement and progress in the financial area. But that's something he needs to do. Let's go over to probably one of the more interesting parts, but one of the less relevant, I think, in all actuality. We've got the Devil, which has notes of temptation and enslavement. It's usually dealing with stuff like addiction, to lesser or greater degrees. This is tempered moderately by Nine of Comforts. Sorry, I'm moving too fast. Nine of Pentacles, which has notes of comfort and prosperity. So there's a certain security, a certain comfort he's finding in you. He's worried that he's leaning on it a bit too much, that it might not necessarily be good. So your hesitation about Saturday is probably warranted, especially given the other stuff he needs to work through. He's got lots of feelings, but yeah, he's a bit cluttered right now. It's not as focused and as pure as you would probably like it. So as far as, well, yeah, and this might just be a timing thing, because if he works through this, we might get a better read of his romantic intentions and how the depth of his love, really. But yeah, right now, yeah, a bit too cluttered. There's a number of worries and thoughts holding him down. So, I guess as far as action for you, so the Devil, the focus for the Devil would be addiction. And remember, its place in this spread is a lesser thought. So there's the thought that he's leaning on you too much, an unhealthy amount. But he's finding the reason he's doing that is because he finds comfort in you. So, did that clear up the Devil? I don't think it's nefarious by any means, and I don't think this isn't like drug addiction or something like that. It's nothing on that scale. It's just a lesser thought in his mind, worried about the nature of the relationship with you. So he's thinking he's got impure intentions there, but he's cluttered in so many other ways that, yeah. And again, this is a weaker thought. So, and again, this is his, what would we say, mindscape, I guess. So this isn't indicative that he has an actual addiction. This is his thoughts thinking he does. And in some sense, he's probably acting that out away. Um, but again, this is a lesser thought and a lesser concern. I mean, we'll probably want to read him again, but that would be after dealing with the baggage from the Five of Cups, whatever limiting beliefs he has or worries he's got from the Eight of Swords, and making his plan for dealing with the Five of Pentacles. Like, I would want to resolve all of that and then revisit his feelings. This isn't as concerning right now. We've got a lot of other stuff cluttering the field. So I wouldn't necessarily spurn him or anything like that. I would definitely, I would hold him at arm's length, I guess, because he needs time and space, and he needs to really focus on those other things. He should really be taking care of those first. So in that sense, hold him back so that this doesn't get out of hand. But this isn't like slam the door in his face sort of thing. He's not that far gone by any means. So that was feelings. And then let me focus on finances. And for that, are we still going to use destiny? Yeah, I think we are. We could use some other stuff, but just the nature and the setting and the context, it'll just be better. And there's the I don't know if he'll do that of his own accord. So that's the only thing I'm worried about there. So you'll just have to pump the brakes, slow him down if need be. But yeah, if you make him take that space, I mean, that's really his choice, because he could decide to act out in another way and avoid it, basically. But yeah, I would be a support, but I wouldn't dedicate yourself to it. Again, it's stuff he's got to deal with. So really, I wouldn't do more than be there in the limited capacity that we're okay with being there right now, till he resolves that. But yeah, ideally, he'll fix it. Yeah, heal and be stable. That's the ideal outcome. Because yeah, it's really on him to make sure he goes down that right path. Huh. That would explain some stuff. Yeah. Okay. At least he caught it. That's good. So Prius asked a question. I'm answering Lavina's now, but then I'll answer yours, Reina. And I mean, I realize there's a line, and that doesn't always suit people's time. So if you need to come back, it'll be on the video later. Regardless. Thanks, Lavina. Let's see if there's another card here. Okay. We'll talk about your question, Reina, but yeah, we can go over that. Oh, did we lose her? Nope, we have it. Okay. So Lavina, I got the sense that this was his midterm financial situation. So most likely when you get married, the first part of marriage and when you're starting a family. I didn't get a card for long term, so I don't know if it swings in some way, either way. But there's a little too much variability there for me to pick up on. And this was a moderately tempered pair as far as engaging him now. The going ahead at this point. So we'll start with the midterm finances. Goddess Joya. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure she's the manifester. She's one of the special cards in this deck. Four of Wands, freedom and creativity. And then Three of Swords, sorrow and obstacles. So yeah, the Three of Swords is a reality check. And I think you're already on top of that, just how you're asking the question and whatnot. You're already aware. So you see the problems, and you already see problems with the financial situation there. So by all means, hold back in that regard. But I'm pretty sure the Four of Wands is telling you to go ahead and be involved as much as you would like. You can be a beneficial help, even in ways that he's not expecting. You can open paths that he wasn't looking for. But this is tempered by the fact that you know he needs to make some improvements, and that needs to happen first before something serious can go forward. So yeah, as far as engaging now, we've got a yes. Let me read up on the Goddess Joya for the midterm finances. So let me set this down. And we'll go find it. Easier this way. Symbolizes the Master Manifester, or the Master Builder. When you receive this card in a reading, the message is clear that in whatever you are working on, you must be an inspirational presence. This card is very powerful in a reading because it talks about your impact in whatever you are seeking. This card shows up to remind you that you have an enhanced ability to amplify your spiritual understanding to your life. You are a visionary. You will have the ability to make it happen, to turn the dreams into a reality, and to build whatever structures are necessary to create the success you are striving for. So yeah, financially solid when you guys are getting married, and you could probably even use that as something of a milestone if you go down that route. So yeah, he'll be good at that point. Long term, I couldn't get a feel for, of course. So who knows what's happening there, but yeah. And we already touched a lot on his situation right now. So I think the Four of Wands and the Three of Swords is just affirming that. So yeah. I mean, it's probably around when you guys get married, and then yeah, for a number of years after that. I got the impression that when you were married, he would be at that point. But also for that starting of your family, and if for a few years, he would be, the finances would still be good. I mean, so the description had stuff on that. I don't think this is something you need to do. We were reading on him and his finances, so I think at that point he'll be in a much better place financially. So yeah, that's not an action item for you. The Four of Swords and the Four of Wands and the Tempered Three of Swords, that's something you can act on. But the manifesting, that's on him. And given that he needs to resolve that Five of Pentacles from earlier, I think he's already going to be manifesting at that point if that route works out. So yeah, that one's not for you. The Four of Wands, the Three of Swords, those were. So as far as the go ahead, yes, but you know where finances should basically be at, among with other things. The Three of Swords isn't just speaking to the finances, but you know some things that need to be right for a marriage to work, and you need to wait till that's in place before proceeding with something serious. But by all means, the Four of Wands, that's saying go ahead and get involved with him. Help him out, be there, be an inspiration for him in a sense. Did that clarify, or? Yes, he'll reach a stable point. And you can even use that as a marker of when it's time to go further, if that's something you're still interested in. But yeah, he should reach the point of financial stability when you guys, well, if you do go with marriage, he would be at that point by then. He would be financially stable. Yes. Yeah. Because he is indeed a prospect. A promising one, but yes, just a prospect at this point. He's got to work through his stuff. If and when he does, he'll be at a good place after he's had some time to work on his finances. But yeah. Okay. Let's go back a bit. No problem. Glad we could help. And I'm glad we could clarify. Prius. No problem. It's coming for my career and love life next. Any guidance from angels regarding career? But then we also had the follow-up. Single, but friends in my energy. No contact. Wondering what's coming. I don't know that we're specifically asking about the friend. If Prius is on, go ahead and clarify. But I think really it's just what's the future? What's my future as far as love goes? And then career. Any guidance from the angels on that? So two different things. No, let's start with career and get that out. And that's probably Cosmo. Destiny. Yeah, it's Cosmo. Okay, so starting with career guidance. Okay. One sec. Okay, I didn't get cards. I don't think Prius is on right now. I think she dropped off for a bit. So I'm just gonna flash so that she knows that that's a checkpoint, I guess, for the first answer for career. We're not getting any particular guidance, and I didn't get exactly a reason why. So most likely, in the big scheme of things, the big picture, it's probably not too big of a deal. That like there's nothing particularly important for you to know right now on that front. It could also be that he trusts your judgment, your higher power trusts your judgment, and that you'll be able to work that out. So I'm not quite sure why, but most likely you've got everything you need. As convenient as it is to have someone decide for you, part of life is learning to make some decisions. So they want you to make this one, or they're just leaving it to you. And again, no advice, so relatively low stakes, I guess. It might just be a good learning time or something like that. But yeah, we didn't get anything on that front. So I'll move on to love. Your future in love. And I would usually use the Destiny deck, but it seems we want to stick to Cosma, which makes the reading a little, well, I mean, I find Cosmos best for angel messages, just because of how it was made, but I mean, you can use any tarot deck. I just feel like mine are specialized a tad. But that's more my perception of them than anything. So I didn't need to do that. Okay, love life. In the future. Sorry, let me just confirm what the cards are. Okay. Oh, did this restart? No, we've got video. Okay. Okay. So as far as future of the love life, this is very... Oh, well, we already answered the first one. I'm answering the love one now, but yeah, go ahead and drive safe. If we're still on, of course, you can view the video and then let me know if you have questions on anything. So this is near future is the sense I'm getting. I feel like this might be... It seems like present, slightly in the past. So like time-wise, like we're partly through this person in a sense. Probably, if not, somewhere around there. But yeah, I get the sense that these are 3 different prospects, but I don't necessarily get anything, no problem, anything more permanent. I don't know if any of these is a lasting thing or if this is just the next thing in life. Because like I didn't get the long term at all. So current 10 of Embers. We'll read the Cosmo version of it, but that's usually 10 of Fire or 10 of Wands is what it would be. So completion in a sense, but I don't know that means that's the thing you're going on with. Life map. Again, this deck uses different names than a normal tarot deck. Ace of Lotuses would be Ace of Cups. So this one's promising for new beginnings and, well, love. So that's a... Lotuses, doubling for chalices and cups, usually deals with emotions. So this might have a rush at the beginning, so to speak. But again, I really don't know how these are playing out. And down here we have the Swan, which I'm pretty sure this would normally be the Mystic. So that'll be interesting. Let me read on that one. But this might be a person who's just really well connected to their inner wisdom, their higher power, wise. So yeah, let me set these aside. There we go, and pull out our book. So we'll start with that 10 of Embers. Cosmo. Accomplishment, responsibility, burden. You're at a point where you can now measure your accomplishments with great satisfaction. This brilliant achievement comes with a deep sense of responsibility. When this card arrives, it reminds us that the achievements we desire in life do not come free of burden. There are many invisible intricacies involved that come together to make something great. Now you must be conscious of it. You must know when to dim your flame when darkness is required for others to blaze forward, and when to brighten your flame when times call for you to take the lead. Yeah. I think the friend you were referring to, I think you're done with them. You've learned from them, and you've got a better sense of the interplay in relationships. But yeah, I'm thinking that's over. That lesson is learned. So let's just do the others in the order they were flipped. So life map. This would normally be the Hermit. Oh, sorry. The Wheel of Fortune. My bad. So keywords here are cycles, free will, fate. When you pull life map in a reading, it is to alert you to a larger cycle of experience and understanding. What is happening now will shape your future. There are moments in life where you will be victorious and moments where you will fail. If things are feeling tough right now, know that you will learn from these lessons and come out stronger than before. Life is full of ups and downs. While some parts of fate are inevitable, there is still a free will. If things are not going the way you had hoped, then make a change. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a sense of what this person is going to be like. Because I'm expecting the Swan to have some of these characteristics where it's like deep wisdom. But it's like an occasional injection. So I don't know if this is someone that just like pops in every month or so, and there's a possibly life-changing, might be a bit strong, but perspective altering, definitely enlarging your view of the world and your understanding. So, yeah. I don't feel like this is someone that you're going to catch. I don't think this is someone you form a deeper relationship with. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's similar to the Ten of Embers in that it plays its part in teaching you and helping you grow as a person. So let's go on to Ace of Lotuses. New feelings, emotional surplus, intuition. The wellspring offers an infinite source of emotion as it cleanses everything around it, allowing space for new feelings to grow. Drink from the flowing gold. It will nourish your spirit. When this card comes up in a reading, it is a sign that you are about to embark on a new emotional journey. Embrace this. Do not fear in new emotions, but rather adventure. It is sure to provide a sense of rejuvenation. Yeah. Like I said, I think that person's going to give you a rush, a romantic rush. What kind of... Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know how long that relationship is going to go. That might be the last one. That might be the person you end up marrying. But I don't know what kind of ups and downs you might have, or if it's just a steady burn till you guys are married. That part I don't know. So, or it could, yeah, it could putter out at some point. Really all we know is there's going to be a rush with that person. And then the Swan. This would normally be High Priestess. I feel like others call that the Mystic. So, and the keywords here are protective, good omen, clarity. A glowing shield cascades down the neck of the brilliant red swan, referring to the picture. The shield represents a protective presence in your life. The swan is an omen for safe changes. If the swan comes up when you have a decision to make, take it as an affirmation, that what you feel in your mind is what your heart needs too. It represents mental clarity, wisdom, and a connection with your unconscious mind. If you've been waiting to take the plunge into something new, now is the time. But this is referring to a person. Yeah. This is similar to the life map person, albeit I think they'll be a bit more accessible. I mean, where the life map is like an injection of deep wisdom, which might take extra time to process. I feel like this person, they're going to be more clear. You'll understand them. But yeah, a similar thing. I don't think this is someone you end up with. And I don't know that there's going to be a relationship here, really. They're almost like a counselor or a guardian, in a sense. I mean, with that protective shield, sound advice. Yeah, if anything, the life map person and the swan are just going to help you polish up your perspective, smooth the rough edges. Ace of Lotuses is the romantic relationship here. I just don't know how that plays out. So yeah, as far as future of love, that's what we've got. Sorry we couldn't see further, although having something in the immediate future is a good thing for some people. Long periods of not having anybody can be tough. So again, if we're still on when you hop back on, go ahead and ask me questions if you have them. But that's all we've got on that. And now, Raina, my question. Okay, and we need to talk about this. So, Raina, I'm pretty sure you're on. You're still on, right? So I don't know what FIT is. I don't really need to know. But the phrasing of will I. Okay. The phrasing of will I seems off. Because I mean, in a sense, it's your choice or the universe pushing you down one route, one way or the other. Okay. But yeah, the phrasing of will I, for some reason, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I could ask, but at this point, it might be self-fulfilling prophecy. So where I read and whichever way it goes is the way you end up implementing. So this doesn't sound like a good question to me. So I don't know if you want to rephrase it in some other way that's more objective. Okay. So I guess, is this only one option of many that you would need to ask about? Okay, yeah. Because there's something, I mean, we could do it, but I don't think it would be good. Hey, Irene, how's it going? I feel like we didn't get to answer a question for you the other day. I'm answering for, well, Raina and I need to work out a better question, but go ahead and drop yours in. I can answer it even if you're not here. Okay, that seems better. Let me get back. With this opportunity, feeling unsuccessful, been staying where I'm currently at. Yeah, I think we can. That's much better. Um, and now, okay. Sorry, just making sure that, like, I think choice of deck sometimes matters. So, yeah, I think we're using the prism. Let me set that aside. We're going to keep the Cosmos side of the mat, but we'll be using the Prisma cards. Seem to need a tribute to that. Okay. I've got a yes-no spread I could do, but that doesn't seem to be the right thing, so let's see how the cards fall out. I'm reading what you're saying now. Yeah, I actually did not get any cards. As far as answering the question, I'm getting the sense that fulfilling, yes. Solid, yes. Successful, it's more wavery there. And I get the sense that it's more of, as you go through that, you'll find, you'll test your metal and you'll see where you stack up against others. Some will be better, some will be worse. So as far as the successful scale, it's probably okay. But fulfilling, I'm getting a yes. I'll double check if there are cards, but that was the impression I was getting. no cards. Yeah, success is partly in your hands. And partly just what you're capable of. Yeah. So sorry we didn't pull any cards, but that was the answer there. I'll go ahead and I don't know if for some reason you would come visit the video. I was going to pull Prisma cards on the Cosmo mat, but I guess this will mark if you want to come back for reference what the inspiration was. But yeah, we didn't get any cards. I guess any concerns at all, because I can move on to Irene, but I mean, you did come to a tarot reader, and I think you were expecting a tarot reading, and we did not read tarot, so okay. Just wanted to make sure we were good. Irene asking about Goody. Normally I would put this in a Destiny deck question, but it seems like insight is what we're after. So we're using the Prisma deck. Okay. Sorry, just commuting. I mean, the way you phrased it, it could be a yes-no. I do have a yes-no spread, but that didn't seem right. And it seems like we might just be getting one card to answer this. Which isn't the usual for me, but... Yeah, I mean, this question is just interesting for the ethical implication of me. Do I trigger an affair in a sense? guess that depends on what you think of fate and destiny versus free will. Because, I mean, I could tell you one thing and you could just outright decide, nope, let's do the other. It's not the best card for answering. Okay. Yeah, it's not as simple as a one card. I'm not quite sure what they mean yet. Just give me one sec to place these and figure out what they are. Okay. Let me just double check real quick one thing. Okay, yeah, so interesting. I get the sense that these are pros, these are cons. This side is a fair, this side is not a fair. This tempered pair seems to represent you. So a tempered pair, the first one, this top one, is the primary meaning, but then it's moderated, it's tempered by the card behind it. So we'll start there, we'll look at the affair, and then we'll look at, well, not affair, pros and cons. So for you, Queen of Pentacles, and then tempered by Queen of Chalices. Interesting. Just getting both queens. I mean, Pentacles usually deals with finances, but I want to double check some of the new ones because I think there's a different aspect here. Chalices would be dealing with emotions, which makes sense given the question you're asking, that it has its place. But it's tempering this card, so I'll have to read up to give you a good interpretation of that. Pros, 3 of Swords. Well, this is coming to face with reality. So I don't know that that's necessarily a good thing. But yeah, the reality check is what you get with the 3 of Swords. And it hurts. But then, I mean, it sort of is what it is at that point. So, oh, sorry, just making sure the question was there. So in a sense, going that route, like, it's done, and you know the truth of it at that point, for better or worse, in a sense. Let's look at the cons. I might read up on these just to make sure. 9 of Wands. Yeah, I'll have to double check this one. This, I want to say this is the... Yeah, this would be... I'm thinking of the Cosmo deck. Last Stand, Grit, Final Push would be the message of these. This character, I don't know if you can see that clearly. He sort of blends in. But we have a character here, and they're running a race, is the idea. They're getting close to the end. This would be the last push. That's the idea there. As far as this being in the negatives, oh, I think that means you gave up the race. So probably the race of marriage and seeing how that plays out. So yeah, something like that. Let me come back to that anyways, but it's going to be something along those lines. And then Queen of Swords. Yeah, she's not my favorite queen. Tends to be perfectionistic. Logical, yeah. But there's the flaws of being too pointed, I guess. Somewhat letter of the law over spirit. I mean, she does get her prize. Let's be clear. She captured the giant beast, but there is a cost in doing so. Yeah, I think I'll just read all of these just to be sure. On the downside, Justice. So, and in the other version of this deck, this would be Karma. There's a balancing or rebalancing going on here. So, probably just in that you haven't been as faithful as you maybe should have. There's going to be a price to pay for that. So, yeah, interesting. Yeah, we'll read up on these, but you get the prize in the not a fair state. But there is a price to be paid for, well, some of the behavior till now, and possibly some to come, if it takes you a while to overcome those tendencies. On the affair side, you learned the lesson real quick, in a sense. But you give up on the race. You give up on getting that prize. So that's where that's at. And then this is a personal read on you. So I needed to read on that anyways. So once again coming out. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to how the camera was doing, so. And then we'll just zoom in real quick. The read for you, and then the pros on top, cons below, a fair left, not on the right. Okay, let me set this down. Hey, Shimanta. How's it going? Let's look at the guide. So we'll start with the read for you. Pentacles and chalices and the queens. Prism. Okay. So Queen of Pentacles. Masterful strength, force of creation, grounded. A wonderful sign. She is the embodiment of a natural goodness. She is the earthbound answer to the Empress, pale and warm and ready to provide a safe haven. If you see her crop up in a reading, you are a powerful force for creation. You are grounded in reality, exuding a subtle, masterful strength that can be channeled into any endeavor. Be prepared for everything you touch to blossom under your hand. And then this is tempered by Queen of Chalices. And her notes are intuitive, compassionate, emotionally secure. Feelings are often discounted as too amorphous and changeable, yet it is their endless malleability that gives them their fluid power. They can take out any form, still charged with the power of the mighty subconscious. They are the surging forces within our beings that make us strong. When you draw the Queen of Chalices, it is time to tune in with the feelings at bay. Trust your intuitions. Reach out to others. Find what makes them thrive and delight. Interesting. I mean, yeah. You're a very powerful influence for others. I mean, for yourself too. Yeah, Shamanta, go ahead, ask your question. I need to finish this read for Irene, though. But that's it at this point. So you would be the next person if you want a reading. So yeah, a powerful person for yourself and for others. There is the somewhat social connection with the Queen of Chalices. Yeah. I want to say there's a suggestion there that to get in touch with some people. I mean, there's the affair, not affair people, but probably just some friends, neutral parties in a sense, to talk with. I think that's going to be informative. Okay, that's all I've got on you. Let's go on to the others. So, yeah, and we're just going to read them all at this point. But Three of Swords. Sorrow, mental pain, grief. This card is a stark warning that even the swiftest animal can be brought down by treachery. It may be possible that you plan to wield the sword yourself. If this is true, know your actions irreparably shape the world you live in. So, yeah. I would consider that a warning. I mean, you come face to face with reality when you get sliced like that. The truth comes out in a sense. But I don't know that that is a price worth paying. So, just personally. Onto the negatives, the Nine of Wands. Endurance, maintaining control, resilience. The good news is that your idea is finally starting to take off. It no longer needs your constant care and attention to survive on. In fact, it's so successful it's quickly growing beyond your control. As daunting as it may seem, you must throw yourself into maintaining it. as there will be many unforeseen challenges to monitor and train. Your final test is overcoming the vision itself. Yeah, I think that's speaking to how you would be giving up that, what you would get from maintaining not an affair, keeping that alive and well and in check. So, yeah, let's go on to Queen of Swords. The third queen that we got in this reading. Intelligence, truth, mental clarity. When you see the queen in a reading, it is time to rein in your demons. You no longer have the excuse of inexperience, ignorance, or even fear. Use your immense intelligence and love of truth to conquer what plagues you. When you do, you'll be able to access matters of the heart with cool mental clarity and grace. Yeah, I don't know that there's more to say there. I think that was pretty. I'll read it again just for emphasis, but use your immense intelligence and love of truth to conquer what plagues you. When you do, you'll be able to access matters of the heart with cool mental clarity and grace. So that's what works out when you take the time to follow through on the Nine of Wands and keep that going and follow through to the end wholeheartedly. But on the cons, Justice. That is 11. Cause and effect, balance, accountability. This card is a reminder that justice is coming. You can only get away with unscrupulous behavior for so long. Eventually, your motives will be found out, and there will be a swift retribution to follow. But do not fear. Being held accountable for your actions is how balance will be restored to the universe. It's time to give back. So yeah. So as far as the reading goes, we're done. As far as personal advice, I don't think the affair is worth it. I mean, both of these have consequences with them, whichever one you choose. The affair, I mean, the Three of Swords, that seems like a steep price to pay, and especially giving up on the potential Queen of Swords. I mean, justice, yeah, that'll hurt. But you're bringing things back into alignment in a sense, so it's a price worth paying, in my opinion. Okay. And if you had questions on that, let me know. Otherwise, Shamanta. Sorry, just trying to read the name. Hey, Alexa Chipillo. If I've got that right. Go ahead and ask a question if you have one. Shamanta's will be first. I just want to make sure Irene is good, but I think he is. It's coming for me near future, particularly career and finances. Okay. Thank you. Just trying to figure out which deck. I think I'm leaning towards the Destiny deck. I mean, insight's good. You're not asking specifically for higher power for fighting engineering. I know Destiny has the Lovey-Dove feel with its aesthetic, but sometimes it's just the Destiny that we're interested in. So, yeah, let me switch out the mats real quick. Alexa Chapillo, I don't know what you mean by I posted. I guess if you did you send the message privately or something like that? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yeah, we can do a reading on that. Oh, okay. Your future career and finances. Okay. That's fine. Sorry, just figuring out, now that I've got the cards, which aspect they're speaking to. Okay. I'm not sure which one is speaking to career versus finances. Oh, sorry. But we've got this set and we've got this set. Moderately tempered pair. So the primary card moderated somewhat by the secondary card. And well, we'll just flip and then we'll probably get a feel for which is the career and which is finances. Knight of Pentacles. Detailed, committed, tempered by the Tower. Revelation. Well, I mean, that one's dealing with upheaval. Okay. So I'm inclined to think this is career so far. Paired with death. Okay, good to know. Almost certainly this is career. This was the progression I was getting here, so we'll start with this one. Four of Pentacles, stability and security, and then Page of Pentacles, visionary and good news. So yeah, finances get a bit better. I'll have to double check Page of Pentacles, because that might still be a bit of a ways off. But yeah. Let's real quickly go over career. Committed, detailed. You've got a good Knight of Pentacles. You've been going through some upheaval, which, I mean, it's destructive. Yeah. What happens is that sets you on a better foundation. So you've been learning what doesn't actually work the hard way, unfortunately. But that's getting you each time one step closer to what does work. Death isn't as terrible as it seems. There is a permanent change in perspective, outlook. I don't know if you can see the keywords, but transform and change is what we've got there. So, and given that this is near future, yeah, I'm not quite sure what that leads to. I don't know if there's a hard and fast shift in career. I mean, as a knight, you'll be able to follow through on that. I mean, the Tower's almost setting this up for that death and the transformation, the death card. So yeah, as far as career goes, yeah, you're probably going to be moving on to something. Well, I say that a bit prematurely. The old thing is going to end. So, yeah, I don't know what the current state of things is, but that's going to end. The new thing is, I suspect, what the finances is getting to. So here you get to stability, security with your Four of Pentacles. So money is not necessarily abundant, but it's sufficient for your needs, and you're good. let me read up on Page of Pentacles. So I think that's the only thing I've got questions on, but I don't think that's going to be bad. So let's go find them. Oh, did I share? Yes. Okay. Represents the embodiment of a new phase in your life, particularly regarding health, finances, and work. The page reveals auspicious new beginnings, progress, and adventure. It is time to nurture your skills and abilities because there may be a job offer or an offer made on a property in the horizon. However, you must pay attention to the details. Ensure that your plan is practical and realistic. The page is hardworking and reliable. This person is young and full of vigor, with the potential to achieve great things in the future. You are asked to take raw opportunity and through concrete steps, say yes to the universe in order to create something unique and new. Yeah, I feel like that we're just building into that new job or opportunity, as the case may be. I suppose it's not necessarily leaving the workplace. It could be a switch in team or something like that. So, yeah, promising on that front. Go ahead and let me know your follow-up question. Let me set that aside. And gosh, sorry I didn't realize this earlier. I do have a hard stop at 4, basically. Yeah. So Alexa Chipello, if you want to message me on YouTube, I mean, I'm on a lot of other platforms as well. If you see the Linktree link, you could message me if you want the answer for your reading today. Alternatively, we can do it first thing Wednesday. Either way, I can answer it. I just need the time at 4 for a job interview, or well, interview with a recruiter. So. But then, Shimanta, what's the follow-up? We'll see if we can get that done. Okay. So that would make some sense. Oh, interesting. Huh. I mean, I could speculate on how it works out in the end, but that's definitely not better about reality. When the diploma will be complete? So, Shamanta, is it about when the diploma will be complete? Alexa, if it's all right for me to shorten that, we can either do it first thing Wednesday, which would be 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, or if you want to message me, I don't know how to do that YouTube, but like Facebook, I'm on there as well. Okay. There's a number of platforms. So if you want it sooner, you can send the question as a DM through one of those routes, and I'll follow up. Let me just take a note on what it is. And if you get anxious, go ahead and message me. I'll just plan on doing it first thing Wednesday unless I hear from you. For Shamanta, distance is still good for this. My God, it is good to me. So we only got one card, which is kind of fun because of the timing. But make sure it's okay. Ace of Pentacles, prosperity, beginnings. I mean, this seems sooner rather than later. I mean, Ace normally represents 1, so that's probably speaking to 1 year. Yeah. Yeah, 1 year. Sure, I'll be brief. But finishing with Shamanta, I'm getting the feeling a year. Might be the end of next year, so December 2022 at that point. Yeah, that semester might be needed, but yeah. It might also resolve itself in another way. I'm not sure you'll need it. But as far as completing it, that's the impression I'm getting and being done. So we'll see how that plays out. Answering Lavina's question real quick as I sign off. I normally have programming skills. Yeah, 2022. Possibly, most likely the end. But roughly a year. Yeah. So I don't know if policy changes or something like that to facilitate it. But yeah, I get the impression it's going to be a sooner rather than later thing. In roughly a year. I would normally do programming, so software engineer, stuff like that. Been moving a bit more towards team leads or product owners in the agile methodology. But I mean, I was trained as programming, so that's the basis for most of my stuff. You messaged in Facebook. Okay, so I'll be able to answer today then, and I'll just follow up with that. Yeah, as far as okay, I do need a rush. I'll mark that down. Self-hosted technologies. Okay. But I do need to get going. So thanks for tuning in. Right now we're streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 p.m. And yeah, until next time, take care.